Hello students, let us resume back with our previous part of Z transform. So in previous part we have seen Z transform, what is basic definition, how to apply the basic definition to simplify the examples. And now we have to use these some of the formulae for simplification of Z transform of certain combinations of functions. So see, we have Z transform of some standard functions. So Z transform is applicable only for such type of functions. We are not able to change them. Okay, so see, Z transform of Dirac delta function is 1 for all values of k. Z transform of UK, that is unit function, that is Z upon Z minus 1 when mod Z is greater than 1. Z transform of 1 is Z upon Z minus 1 when mod Z is greater than 1. Now see, though these two Z transforms are same, it doesn't mean that this function and 1 is same. They are different functions. Then Z transform A raised to K, Z upon Z minus A, where remember mod Z is greater than mod A and K is greater than or equal to 0. So when K is greater than equal to 0, mod Z is always greater. This is something important to remember. Then Z transform of A raised to K only, but see here mod Z is less than, otherwise you may think here the function is same and why Z transform has come different. So here mod Z is less than mod A, that time this is negative sign Z minus Z upon Z minus A. So when mod Z is smaller, K is less than 0, when mod Z is greater, K is greater than equal to 0. Okay, then Z transform A raised to mod K, this is a formula rarely we have to use, but the formula is there, AZ upon 1 minus AZ plus Z upon Z minus A, where ROC is mod Z less than mod A less than mod Z less than 1 upon mod A. We have solved such example in previous lecture. Then Z transform cos alpha K, Z into Z minus cos alpha upon Z square minus 2Z cos alpha plus 1. Here mod Z is always greater than 1, K is greater than equal to 0. Now Z transform of sin alpha K. Now remember here, when it is cos alpha K, here you get cos alpha, this is cos alpha. Now when it is sin alpha K, Z sin alpha upon Z square minus 2Z cos alpha plus 1. So the denominator for the functions cos alpha and sin alpha, both of them are same. Only in cos alpha numerator contains cos alpha, in sin alpha numerator contains sin alpha. Mod Z greater than 1, mod Z is greater than 1. K is greater than equal to 0. Here also K is greater than equal to 0. The same thing is applied. Now, if you know the formula for cos alpha K, Z transform of cos alpha K, similarly you can find Z transform of cos hyperbolic alpha K. So see what changed? It is the same formula, only where there is cos alpha, there should be cos hyperbolic alpha. So if you remember cos alpha K Z transform, then you can find out Z transform of cos hyperbolic alpha K. Similarly, if you know Z transform of sin alpha K at Z sin alpha upon Z square minus 2Z cos alpha plus 1, then what happens in sin hyperbolic alpha? Only sin is replaced by sin hyperbolic, cos is replaced by cos hyperbolic. So you may not remember these two formulae if you remember these two. Now, along with these commonly used functions, we should know some of the properties of Z transform, and we know all these formulae as well as properties to simplify the further examples. So see, the first one is change of scale. Z transform f of k is f of z. Then when you multiply f of k function by a raised to k, means by exponential function, then in this z, in this function f of z, z is replaced by z upon a. So wherever there is z, you change it z upon a and you will get the function. No need to apply basic definition. Then multiplication by k, most important property of Z transform. Many examples are based on this. So Z transform f of k is f of z. Then when you multiply f of k by k, then you have to take the derivative of this function. So derivative, but in what way? Minus z into d by dz. Minus z into, means take the derivative and then multiply by minus z. So how many times you are multiplying by k? Then you take derivative, multiply by minus z. Take derivative, multiply by minus z. So n times you will get nth derivative multiplied by minus z will multiply n times. Then division by k is another important property. F of z transform f of k is equal equal to f of z, then the function is divided by k, then you have to take the integration. Integration z to infinity, f of z, z raised to minus 1 dz. When you simplify this, what you are getting is the z transform of f of k upon k. And see, this is another property additionally you are given. It comes as a subpart of the example. Z transform f of k is equal to f of z. Then when you multiply f of k by e raised to minus ak, then z is replaced by e raised to a multiplied by z. It is the same application of change of scale, only here it is a raised to k function, here it is e raised to minus ak function. Okay, so these are the standard formulae and these are the some of the properties, and using this we have to simplify now few of the examples. Okay, hello everyone. So in today's session we will just connect with the examples of Z transform. We have already seen what are the formulae for Z transform, what are the properties of Z transform. Now let us use the proper combination of formulae as well as the properties, and we have to understand how to simplify some examples, because every time using the basic definition and solving the example by taking summations and forming GP and all that is not possible. So you should know some of the standard formulae and how to apply those formulae using some of the properties. Okay, so let us see. Our question is, common question we will take for that: find Z transform of the following functions. Okay, or following sequences, you may say whatever you wanted to say, following functions I am saying. And in that, let me take my first function is nothing but, it is written like this: f of k is equal to 2 raised to k into cos of 3k plus 4. Okay, so I have to calculate Z transform of this. Okay, now you just see, if I am taking this as a product of two functions, this is exponential, this is trigonometric function. If I am trying to simplify this Z transform by using the basic definition, by taking summation f of k z raised to minus k, how difficult it will be. So I won't be able to express it as GP, or every example is not GP, it may be some different format also. So let us go for some formulation. So see, I want to find out Z transform of this 2 raised to k into cos of 3k plus 4. Okay, so if I want to find out this, so first of all, this is the function whose formula I know this formula. So first I will calculate, I will consider this one as my f of k. So see, though here this f of k is a whole function, here the reference keeps on changing. So for the time being, what I am going to do, I will find out Z transform of this function by using formula, and then to that answer I have to multiply by 2 raised to k, and that will be my property, change of scale property I am just going to use. So I will just mention here now, let me calculate Z transform of this cos of 3k plus 4. But remember, I don't have Z transform of such format. So if you know the formula, if you have gone through the formula, then I have only Z transform of alpha k plus 4, or this format is not available. I cannot find out Z transform by of this function. So what is to be done? I have to use the formula here, cos a plus b, and I have to convert my function in the required format. So here I will say Z transform of cos a plus b. What is the formula here? Cos 3k multiplied by cos 4 minus sin 3k multiplied by sin 4. This is the value. Okay. So what is formula? Cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Now I will just separate. Whenever the two terms are connected with plus or minus, I am just going to separate them by linearity property. This is linearity property. Okay. By linearity property, what I will do here? Z transform of cos 3k multiplied by cos 4 minus Z transform of sin 3k into sin 4. Right? So I separated them. Right? So here is subtraction. So here also will be subtraction. If it is addition here, then it will be addition, of course. Now Z transform is calculated always with respect to the position k. So here see, this term you see cos 4, sin 4, these are absolutely constant terms as they do not contain any position interpreting letter k. So the constant will be taken outside. You know, in constant is taken always outside for any operator, maybe derivative or maybe integration, like that way. Z transform is also one kind of operator only, so it can be taken outside. Here sin 4 will be taken outside, and here Z transform of sin 3k. And then I have to apply to standard formulae. Here this is the alpha value. Alpha is 3 and here alpha is equal to 3. So here I will apply the formula Z transform sin alpha k. Here I will apply formula for sin alpha k. Cos alpha k, sin alpha k. And so what I am going to get here, see, I am still calculating Z transform of cos. So this is cos of 3k plus 4, right? And this is equal to, so what we are getting here is this one. See, cos 4 is already taken outside, and then here I will write in the bracket, what is the formula? It is Z into Z minus cos alpha. Alpha is 3. See, I have written here alpha is 3. So then divided by, it is Z square minus 2Z into cos alpha is cos 3 and plus 1. This is the formula for Z transform of cos alpha k. Then minus sin 4 will remain as it is, and here I have to apply the formula for sin alpha k. So what is the formula here for sin? Z into sin alpha. Alpha is 3 whole divided by, denominator remains the same. This I have already told you when I had explained you the formula. Okay, denominator remains the same. Okay, so it is not like that cos is there so denominator is cos and sin function is so denominator is sin. It's not like that. Then I have to simplify this algebraically a little bit. By numerate, by this cos 4 I have to multiply up. So see, Z into Z, Z square multiplied by cos 4. I am multiplying directly now. Minus, here Z will multiply to cos 3. So Z into cos 3, and still you are multiplying by cos 4 here, right? Denominator is Z square minus 2 Z cos 3 plus 1. Right. Now here what will happen? Minus. Now only here sin 4 will multiply to the numerator. So Z into sin 3 is already there. Multiply by sin 4 to the numerator, and denominator is as it is. Z square to Z cos 3 plus 1. Right. Now you can see the denominator is same for both of them. So denominator will remain as it is. Rules. Algebraic calculation rules we are going to apply. Okay. And then numerators are added or subtracted. So here I am getting Z square cos 4 will remain as it is, minus Z cos 3 into cos 4 and minus Z into sin 3 sin 4. Right? Okay. Now I have to still simplify because I am still calculating Z transform of cos 3k plus 4, yet I have to multiply it by 2 raised to k. That part is still remaining. So what we will just do, we are making our work easier little bit. So Z square into cos 4 will remain as it is. But you observe these two terms. In these two terms, I can take minus sign common and Z common. So if I take minus Z common, then this will give me cos 3 into cos 4 minus sin 3 into sin 4. Okay, and the denominator still is going to remain as it is. Now you just allow me to carry on the denominator. I will just keep it under my final step. Then this is equal to Z square into cos 4 minus Z into, now can you observe this format? It is this format. So when I am just taking this minus sign here common, this will become plus, and then now cos 3 cos 4 plus sin 3 sin 4, it is again a formula cos A cos B plus sin A sin B, and this is the formula of cos A minus B. Okay, in cos function it is generally opposite work. So here you will just say here cos A cos B. So bigger value we will take as A generally. So it is 4 minus 3, and so this will be 1. So see, as compared to this is quite easy, and further you don't need to simplify. Now I will write here denominator Z square 2Z cos 3 and plus 1. This is the Z transform of cos 3k plus 4 we calculated. Okay. Now here I will mention, now though I calculated it, just come back to the example. Now I have to multiply it by 2 raised to k. So here I will apply multiplication by, means it is called as change of scale property. So I am just mentioning, you may mention here also, but I am mentioning here. So Z transform of 2 raised to k multiplied by cos of 3k plus 4. Okay. Now what is this property? So whatever this transform which you have calculated, if you consider this one as f of z, then the property says, this change of scale property says, if you are z transform the function as f of z, and to this f of z, when you multiply this function by 2 raised to k, you get this f of z, in that z is replaced by z upon a. Now what is a here? This is a basic property. So this is, I will say here, f of z means we can place the same value. I will just show you here directly. Let us write it down. F of z is nothing but z square into cos 4 minus z into cos 1. Denominator still is remaining as it is, z square minus 2z into cos 3 plus 1. And in that z is replaced by z upon a. Now what is a? A is this. So it is the format C, a raised to k multiplied by f of k. This is nothing but change of scale property. So it is a raised to, when f of k is multiplied by a raised to k, whatever is the z transform of this function f of z, in that z is replaced by z upon a. So what is a for me here? 2. So what I have to do finally, that in this value, wherever there is z, I am just going to replace it by z upon 2. And so when I am just going for this, so let me remove this part and I will continue with the remaining calculation. So let us do the final application. So I am just going to get now to my final answer. 2 raised to k cos 3k plus 4 is equal to, now only I am just going to replace this z by z upon 2 square multiplied by cos 4 minus z upon 2 into cos of 1 and whole divided by denominator also z minus 2 square 2 multiplied with z upon 2, because everywhere z is replaced by z upon 2 cos 3 plus 1. Right? Okay. Now if you want to simplify it mathematically, so I will just suggest you like this. So here it is z square upon 4 square we have done, cos 4 minus, let us keep this is z upon 2 multiplied by cos 1. Don't try to go for cross multiplications or anything. Maximum I will cancel this 2 and 2 purposefully here, and here it will be z square upon 4 once again. Now as I cancelled here, z multiplied by cos 3 and plus 1. Now we are not habituated keeping this fractional form like this. So what we will do, you say multiply numerator and denominator by 4. Okay, instead of cross multiplications and all. So numerator I will multiply totally by 4, denominator also, and so what will be answer? See, 4 and 4 is getting cancelled, so it is z square into cos 4 minus, when I multiply here 2 1s are 2, 2s are, it will get cancelled, it is 2z into cos 1 and whole divided by, when I multiply here 4 4 will get cancelled, z square. Now here I have to multiply z into cos 3. Now if you want to shift this constant number, it depends, multiplied by 4, and this is my final answer. So it is the first example where I have just taken this example with two purposes. You understood how to find out z transform of cos 3k plus 4. See the process. Now the same process can be applied for minus also, cos 3k minus 4, sin 3k plus 4, sin 3k minus 4. You can try using this method. Same formula, say sin and cos are applied, only the signs will keep on changing, plus or minus, and here I introduce you change of scale property. Right? Now we will just go with some another example of another property. So here I am trying to show you such basic examples with the help of which you can simplify or you can find out z transform of any type of functions. So say suppose f of k is nothing but k multiplied by 5 raised to k, where k is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Now in previous example we have applied change of scale property. Now here we are seeing multiplying by k. So once again, applying the basic definition and finding z transform of such type of function is quite difficult. Now when I am saying it quite difficult, you may try by writing it. You write down what is basic definition, summation f of k, z raised to minus k, and you check out, can you convert this one in GP form? Not possible. So here we are applying the basic properties along with some formula. So here it is k. So I am going to use here multiplication by k property. But this property is applied on whom? 5u raised to k. So I am considering this one as f of k. So again, though here you are calling this total function is f of k, in Z transform all the functions are denoted by f of k only. So for the time being, I am considering this one as f of k and I am calculating Z transform of 5u raised to k, of course, when k is greater than equal to 0. So what is the formula I am going to use here? I am going to use the formula a raised to k. So z upon z minus a. Now what is a here? You can see by comparison, it is 5. And I am just going to call this one as f of z. Okay. So z transform of this function is considered f of z. So I calculated z transform of this function and now I have to use here multiplication by k property. Okay, or theorem, whatever you wanted to say. So here I will just say z transform of k multiplied by 5u raised to k. What is this property? This property says minus z into d by dz of f of z. Okay. You may use the square brackets also if you don't want to repeat it, right? So first of all you have to take the derivative of this given function and then multiply it by minus z. So this property is like this: k multiplied by f of k is equal to whatever is the z transform of this function f of z, that is multiplied by taken derivative and multiplied by minus. So here when I am applying this property, it is minus z into d by dz. Now what is my f of z here? I have already mentioned it is z upon z minus 5, right? Okay. So you may apply here minus z, and when you are differentiating, we can apply quotient rule for this. So here u upon v. So first of all v square, z minus 5u square, then v, z minus 5u, then you have to say d by dz of z. So I am writing it for you. Then z multiplied by d by dz of z minus 5u. Okay, and then find out the derivatives and simplify. So minus z into. So what I am getting here? Z minus 5u multiplied by this derivative is 1. Z into z derivative is 1, 5u's derivative is 0, and divided by how much you are getting here? Z minus 5u square. Right? So still this minus z is there. Open the bracket in the numerator. Z minus 5u minus z, because here we are multiplying simply by 1 and here it is z minus 5u bracket square, and then plus z minus z, both of them are getting cancelled. These two will multiply, so minus minus plus, it is 5uz upon z minus 5 square, and this is the z transform of k multiplied by 5 raised to k. So here I introduced you with the second property, that is multiplication of k property. Okay. Now see, this multiplication by k property sometimes can appear in some different format also. So there is one example, many times such type of example is asked. So I will just repeat that example for you. So again the question is the same, find z transform. That is my third example for today. So I want to find z transform of k plus 1 a raised to k, where k is greater than equal to 0. So some kind of same strategy I am going to apply. So see, z transform of this given function. So it is k plus 1 a raised to k. So how to apply? So here multiplication by k plus 1, such type of property do not exist. Only multiplication by k it exists. So what I will do is, I will just multiply, open the bracket. This is k multiplied by a raised to k, 1 into a raised to k, right? So I split up the bracket. Now whenever it is plus or minus sign, you can separate z transform. As I told you, this is which property we have noted it? Linearity, you can say. So by linearity, if I just shift it, this will become z transform of k multiplied by a raised to k. Previously it was plus or minus, so I have written minus, now it will be plus z transform of a raised to k. And all the time you should not forget, this is k is greater than equal to 0. Now little time I may call this as equation number 1, and see, here I know directly the formula. Z transform a raised to k is nothing but z upon z minus a when k is greater than equal to 0. This is the formula. So first term value I have already obtained. Now here I have to just multiply this function by k. So I am just going to place this value here, and here only one more time I will apply multiply by k property with the same to obtain this term also. So Z transform k multiplied by a raised to k. So what is the property? The property is minus z d by dz of f of z. And what is your f of z? F of z is this function. F of k is z transform. So what I have to do is this minus z into, here I will just write down d by dz of the function f of z. F of z was z upon z minus a. And just now, little time before, I have told you how to find out the derivative of this. So here this is equal to, it is minus z. Now let us calculate the derivative directly. So first of all, z minus a bracket square will remain as it is here, v square, z minus a into derivative of u is 1 minus. Now z will remain as it is, derivative of z minus a, z derivative 1 is derivative is 0. And so I have to just calculate this minus z into, just open the bracket like previous one, same like previous one, only I have just gone for direct application here, right? Plus and minus z will get cancelled, minus minus will become plus, az upon z minus a bracket square, and therefore equation 1 will imply. I have to get the answer for this. So whose z transform I am calculating? K plus 1 a raised to k. Okay, and this is equal to, so first value was z transform k plus a raised to k, that is az upon z minus a square, and plus what is the next value? It is z upon z minus a, and where, see, you are already given k is greater than equal to 0, this value, and whenever k is greater than equal to 0, then mod z is greater than equal to mod a, and that is your ROC. Clear? So here I have just told you, means I am every time in every example I am trying to tell you that solving of this example using basic definition is not possible. That's why we are taking help of standard definitions and we are applying some properties. So change of scale was very minor property, I have to say, rarely it is used. So I have taken only one example. Major property is this multiplication of k, very important property in Z transform. So I have told you two different examples in that, and now let's finally go with the last example, another important property, but not so many examples are there for that. So that one is division by k property, right? So division by k property, one example we will take. So that is f of k is equal to sin ak divided by it is k, where k is greater than or equal to 0. This is the example where we are just going for. Now here it is upon k, so here division by k property, and see you don't have very big variety in division by k property, how much you have in multiplication. So here first of all numerator I will consider as a function. So Z transform of this one we are considering f of k. Okay, whose transform I can find, whose formula I know. So sin ak. So what is my alpha value? Alpha is nothing but a, and what is the formula here? Z multiplied by sin alpha. Alpha is a whole divided by z square minus 2z into cos a. Alpha is a plus 1. This is a formula, direct formula. Only in that formula I have to just mention here a changes, alpha changes, that much only. Remaining structure remains the same. Okay, and now I have to apply here to this one, I have to apply division by k property. So how to apply division by k property? It is like this, Z transform of f of k upon k. Let me write the formula itself. Z to infinity f of z, z raised to minus 1 into dz. And what is this f of z? F of z is the z transform of f of k. So what was our f of k? Here this I am going to consider it as f of z. So I will start now. This is z transform. I will place my function is sin ak, it is divided by k, and this is equal to integration from z to infinity I have to take. Now my function is this, c. Z into sin a whole divided by its z square minus 2z cos a plus 1, and let me place the bracket for this, and multiply by immediately z inverse means I can write it is 1 upon z dz. So what will happen? See, Z and Z being variable, they will get cancelled. Sin A is constant. I have taken it out. And so Z to infinity, it is simply 1 upon, it is Z square to Z cos A plus 1. This is the value remaining. Okay. Now it is not any standard formula, but you have to evaluate this integration. And when you will evaluate this integration, then only you are going to get the answer. If not, then it is a problem. So what is to be done? For this denominator, see, it is a quadratic equation. And such type of integrations we simplify by completing square method. So for completing, who is not allowing you to complete square here? This one. This is a problem for you. So I have to keep both of them together. And so I have to calculate here when you are completing square, I have to calculate last term always. You have studied it in school. Minus 1 upon 2 multiplied by, or minus you may keep as it is also, no problem, minus not necessary to take. Here say coefficient of, here Z is our variable. So Z and this value square. So this is equal to half multiplied by, what is coefficient of Z? Who is multiplying to Z? See here now, Z is multiplied by 2 also and cos A also. So this is 2 into cos A. This is a coefficient. So here it is 2 written, so only 2 is a coefficient, not like that. Cos A is also constant. So take 2 cos A minus sign. I have kept it option if you want to write it, because I am going to take square. So anyhow it is going to vanish. But you write if you want. So minus square is positive, so this will become cos square A. This is the last term, and last term, you know, it is, I will just continue with LHS now, not writing again and again. So here I am having the term sin A is outside already. Integration Z to infinity 1 upon, and see how we are adjusting it. Z square minus 2Z cos A, and now square, this term is first added, and then from the remaining one it is subtracted also. So value should not change. So cos square into dz. See here. So I added along with these two, because one was not allowing you to complete square. So in this, along with these two terms, I added cos square, and from this one subtracted. So that plus minus getting cancelled, original value is remaining as it is. But what is the advantage you are getting of this? Z to infinity 1 upon, now see this quantity is converted into complete square. So first of all, from Z square you select Z, from cos square you take cos A, and what is the role of middle term? Sign, minus sign. Whatever is the sign will come here, square. And this 2, 1 minus cos square is nothing but sin square. Identity you are applying. And now I will consider this one, Z is our variable. So I am considering this as X, I am considering this as A, and so the formula applied is 1 upon, this is the formula C, integration 1 upon x square plus a square into dx. What is the formula here? 1 upon A tan inverse of x upon A. So we have to use this. So remember, what is A? Sin A. And what is x? Z minus. So if I place here sin A multiplied by, here see 1 upon A is sin A multiplied by tan inverse of this quantity, Z minus cos A, and divided by how much I have? Sin A. And the limit ranges from Z to infinity. Now maybe inside or outside, constants can get cancelled like this one. So this will become only tan inverse of Z minus cos A divided by sin A, and the limit still ranges from Z to infinity. So I have to take now upper and lower limit to conclude my example. So I will just finish it up here only. So this is equal to, see, tan inverse of. So when I place upper limit as infinity, infinity minus or divide anything is not going to cost so much. So it will be infinity. And now Z is replaced by Z only. So this will remain the same. Tan inverse of Z minus cos A and divided by sin A. Right? Now what is tan inverse infinity? Pi by 2. Now you have to remember this value. This value you can search on Calc, right? So because it will give you error. So always remember this tan inverse infinity is pi by 2. Cos A divided by sin A. Now actually you have obtained your answer up to here. You may stop, or if you want to proceed further, use trigonometric identity. Pi by 2 minus tan inverse is nothing but cot inverse. But it is not compulsory. If you want, you may stop here only. So this is cos A upon sin A. Right? And with this we got the answer for this. So you can see division by k is slightly bigger application, bigger solving, so very limited scope you have. So maximum you have to pay attention to multiplication by k property. So I have just tried to complete some of the patterns which will basically help you to understand what is Z transform, right? So that's all from this session. Okay, thank you so much.